watched a movie that just completely defied explanation?
Oh, yeah.
Something that was maybe aiming for serious drama, but it just veered so wildly off course. It became like unforgettable, but funny.
Yeah, unintentionally hilarious. It's a very specific, almost weird kind of cinematic experience, isn't it?
It really
When the
is.
pathos just flips into comedy.
Exactly. And that's pretty much the wild ride we're jumping into today. We're doing a deep dive into Tyler Perry's latest film, Straw.
Also known, affectionately, I guess, as Janya and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day.
Right. And our mission really is to unpack the truly bizarre reviews and reactions. We want to pinpoint exactly how this thing, which looks like a drama on paper, turns into this, well, uniquely funny, laugh-out-loud experience.
Pulling out those bits that just made people crack up, even if maybe they weren't supposed to.
Totally. Revealing this kind of one-of-a-kind journey of accidental humor.
And we're drawing from a whole bunch of online reviews, different discussions, so we're getting lots of angles on this very, well, unique film.
Right, so let's kick things off. The premise introduces us to Janaya. She's a single mother.
Right.
And it sounds sympathetic, working 2 jobs, trying to raise her daughter, facing eviction. Then she gets caught up in a mistaken bank robbery situation. You're set up to root for her.
Yeah, that's the setup. It feels very classic Tyler Perry in a way. Her situation is designed to make you feel for her. A lot of his films focus on the struggles of Black women.
You're meant to feel that pain, that desperation.
Definitely. Invested in her plight.
But then, and this is where it gets interesting and funny, like really fast reviewers point out how ridiculously quickly her day just falls apart.
Oh, it's nuts.
We're talking like all the worst things that could possibly happen to someone, they apparently happen to Janaya in 1 hour.
It's relentless.
She loses her job, gets evicted, her car gets impounded after a wreck, she gets punched by a robber, and then like the cherry on top, CPS takes her child.
The speed and just the sheer volume of it all, it pushes it past, relatable struggle into just absurdity, almost like dark slapstick.
Totally. And someone pointed out the visual, her stuff gets thrown out onto the street only when it starts raining.
Right. They called it a Shawshank Redemption reenactment, like,
Yeah.
The scene. But it's just her couch getting soaked under this one single cloud.
It's tragic, but the way it's done is just bizarrely funny.
Yeah, the execution.
And Taraji P. Henson, she gives this riveting performance through it all, but reviewers noted her character's described as, like, greasy and sweaty the whole time.
Yeah, like you could throw her in a pot and fry her up like fried chicken. That was one description.
Wow. And you do feel for her when she's screaming and breaking down, but the sheer pileup of disasters just sends the whole thing to, quote, crazy town. It's hard not to laugh after a while.
Well, that's what some people call Tyler Perry's trauma butter.
Trauma butter.
Yeah, he spreads it on incredibly thick. Just layers and layers of misfortune, almost to a comical degree. It's like the audience is just eating it right up. It flips, The extreme suffering becomes funny because it's so over the top. It's not really dramatic anymore. It's just spectacle.
So, okay, the pileup of bad luck is one thing. But that's just where the unintentional comedy starts, right? Because then you have the villains.
Oh, the villains, yes. They are so cartoonishly evil, it's almost hilarious in itself.
Like Glenn Turman's character, her boss.
Described as evil for evil's sake, just fires her with this, like, excessive meanness, no sympathy at all, like a black Grinch just enjoying her pain.
Zero nuance. Just pure bad guy.
Pretty much.
And then there's the cop. Oh my God, the cop.
Right. The roid rage cop.
Threatening her life on the road, doing GTA shit like Grand Theft Auto, damaging his own car, trying to run her off the road.
Because she drove too slow past him or something. It's so exaggerated, it just becomes laughable. Like, is this supposed to be serious? It feels like a sketch.
It really does.
Yeah.
Does that kind of unbelievable villain actually help the drama, or does it just make it funny?
That's the question, isn't it? I think here it definitely leans towards punchline.
Yeah, me too. Which brings us to maybe the most baffling part. The thing that really had reviewers howling. The science project.
Oh, God, the science project, yes.
Janaya's daughter has this science project that looks exactly like a bomb.
Completely like a bomb. Made of, what, shampoo bottles and wires. But it lights up and makes noises.
And the logic just isn't there. They never explain what it does, or how Janaya, who's supposed to be totally broke, could afford to build this thing that lights up and makes sounds.
Right. And the mom, Janaya, apparently doesn't see that looks like a bomb. And then this crazy coincidence that it gets mistaken for one during the bank robbery.
It's just, wow, someone called it sitcom cartoon writing.
That fits perfectly. It just shatters any sense of reality the movie might have had.
Totally. But okay, amidst all this craziness, there are some good moments, some supporting actors who shine.
Definitely. Like Sherry Shepherd as the bank manager, she gives a really nice, grounded, dramatic performance. Kind of an island of sanity.
Yeah, she was good. And Sinbad.
Ah, yes, Sinbad. It was noted, Tyler Perry often scoops up these nostalgic black actors.
All right.
And seeing Sinbad, who people love, back on screen after a stroke and doing well,
Yeah.
that apparently hit people emotionally. A genuine moment in the middle of everything else.
That's actually kind of nice.
Yeah.
But the real standout for me, based on the reviews, the hostage with sass.
Haha, yes.
Yeah.
The older black woman.
Yes. She's at gunpoint in the bank robbery, right?
Right.
But she's yelling at some other girl for being rude.
And asks for a peppermint.
Because of bank fees.
Yeah.
Even at gunpoint, she's not taking any bullshit. It's just unexpectedly hilarious.
It's that perfect, relatable annoyance in a totally insane situation that cuts right through the tension. Pure gold.
So funny. And maybe those moments, those performances, are part of the reason for the weird Rotten Tomatoes score.
Ah, yeah. The scores are interesting. Because it has, what, a 77% audience score? Which is pretty high.
Surprisingly high. But then look at the critics. Only 8 reviews total. And only 3 top critics. It's like they just skipped it.
Yeah, the suggestion was that critics basically gave up. Like they didn't know what to make of it, how to even review it.
But the audience kind of liked it.
Maybe they saw it for what it accidentally became.
Yeah.
An awesome comedy. Even if that wasn't the plan.
Yeah.
It suggests people can find entertainment even when, or maybe because, things go so far off track.
Right. Maybe they were in on a joke that wasn't even intentionally told.
Yeah.
But okay, hold on. If you thought Jania's day couldn't get any wilder, this ending.
Oh, boy. The twist.
This is where it truly goes into shock territory. The reviews reveal this massive plot twist at the very end.
You ready for it?
Jania's daughter. The one her whole struggle is supposedly about.
Yeah.
Either didn't exist or died the night before. She was hallucinating her daughter the entire movie.
Boom. Just completely flips the whole narrative on its head.
Mind blown.
Reviewers talked about the Sixth Sense montage moment. Like in the Sixth Sense.
Yeah, where you see scenes differently.
Yeah, exactly. They replay scenes, and suddenly you see Jania talking to herself, waving at absolutely no one. Those phone calls, the conversations, all in her head.
That is. Wow. The comedic contradiction there is just staggering. People called it one of the dumbest things Tyler Perry has written.
Because the movie seemed to be about the plight of the black woman, right?
Yes.
Serious social issues.
And then this twist just completely pulls the rug out from under all of that. It feels like the ultimate comedic betrayal almost.
Sixth Sense with no common sense was one quote.
Ha. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Another reviewer said, if you gave me a million guesses, I'd be dead before guessing that ending. It's just so out there it becomes funny.
It definitely takes that misery porn label that Perry sometimes gets, piling on suffering, to a whole other egregious level.
So,
Because it turns all that seemingly serious struggle into something completely illogical, like falling down maybe, but without any of the social commentary or psychological grounding that film had. It's just a pity party for someone who wasn't there.
which makes the pity party itself kind of absurdly funny.
Exactly. The narrative betrayal is so extreme, it transforms it. It's not drama anymore.
And reviewers had fun with it, right? Speculating she was actually in Arkham Asylum with the Joker.
Or just living in a padded cell somewhere. The twist just invites that kind of reaction because it makes you question everything. The whole movie becomes this giant, unintentional punchline.
It's incredible, yet through all this absurdity, people still felt for Jania.
That's the other wild thing. Reviewers consistently said Taraji P. Henson's performance still makes you feel her desperation, even knowing the twist.
Wow.
So you're watching, feeling empathy for her, but then you're also bursting out laughing at how utterly ridiculous the plot is. It's this bizarre, disorienting mix.
A testament to her acting, I guess, anchoring that level of crazy.
Absolutely. She manages to get an emotional response, even if it's immediately followed by confused laughter.
So, okay, wrapping this up. What does this whole saga mean for you, the listener? I mean, Straw seems like this accidental masterclass in unintentional comedy.
In audience reception, yeah.
It shows how a film, even with writing that's maybe deeply flawed, can still be super entertaining, Not despite being bad, but kind of because of it.
Right. It's the wild choices, the strong lead performance trying to navigate it all, and how audiences can find humor and value in really unexpected ways.
Which raises a bigger question, maybe.
Like when you encounter something, art, information, whatever, that just seems baffling or maybe poorly done, can you find another way to engage?
Yeah, can you find some surprising value or even humor in it?
Is it possible that sometimes looking at the bad is actually a really insightful way to understand creativity or human experience, or even just what makes us laugh?
It definitely makes you think about those movies you secretly love. Maybe for all the wrong reasons.
Yes.
We got to ask you, what bad movie have you loved? And we genuinely love for you to become part of the Depth Dive community. I mean, joining us here, following along, it ensures you get this constant stream of new discoveries, new ways of looking at the world, broaden those perspectives, you know?
Totally. So here's the practical bit. Please do follow the deep dive on, well, all the social media platforms. Wherever you hang out, we'll try to be there. Stay connected.
Yep, keeps the conversation going.
And hey, since you're watching this on YouTube right now,
Oh, yeah, YouTube.
definitely make sure to hit like if you enjoyed this little intro. Drop a comment maybe. Let us know what you think. And of course, subscribe. You got to subscribe for more of the deep dive podcast videos.
Please do. It really helps us out.
It does. And one more thing, super important. Click that notification bell. You know the one. Ding.
Yes, the bell.
That way, you literally won't miss a thing. You'll know instantly when we release a new deep dive exploration.
Perfect.